Good morning, y'all. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to week 4 of my 75 soft challenge. It is currently 6:30 a.m. and we are getting that morning walk in. But yeah, as you guys saw in last week's vlog, I really enjoyed doing a morning walk. So I thought we would start out this week with one of those. It's hard to believe that it's already week 4, y'all. Like, seriously? I believe today is day 22 of this challenge. Just overall wanted to check in. I'll insert a little screenshot of this week's whiteboard. Unfortunately, I don't think I'm trying anything necessarily new this week. I'll have to double check. I might be trying 1 or 2 new things, but I do have a lot going on, including some pet sitting. So if you see those little paw prints next to some of those dates, that is the days that I have to remind myself that I need to go check in on my friend's cat. Super excited to get this week going. I think I'm working every single day, so did some meal prepping last night. I'll insert that photo. Unfortunately, it was only for 4 meals this week, but I'm still glad I got it done. I worked that day, so it's not like I could have honestly done more meal prepping than that. I was running around all day yesterday, so yeah, I brought my headphones and we are going to be listening to a podcast while we complete this walk. I will catch up with you guys later. Alrighty, y'all, I want to try a new smoothie before I head into work. It's a smoothie that I had while I was studying abroad in Australia, and I wrote it down a long time ago while I was there. It was called the Rango. It was like at a local cafe. I only got it a couple times while I was there, but honestly, I think about that smoothie more often than I like to admit. I think to this day that's the best smoothie I've ever had. I will say I've loved the smoothie that I've been making during this challenge. It's literally just been Greek yogurt, milk, my protein powder, spinach, and then the mixed berry frozen bag from Meyer. But once I finished that frozen bag, I was like, oh my gosh, I still have the Rango recipe written on my notes app. So why don't we try that as like a fun little thing to input for week 4, you know? So I picked up frozen mango and frozen raspberries. And then it also required lime. So I just got lime juice. I hope that will like suffice. I don't remember like there being a lot of lime. And then technically it required vanilla ice cream. So maybe it was more like a milkshake than a smoothie, but I will be using the vanilla Greek yogurt from Meyer. Of course, just a splash of milk as well. And then because I still want it to be a protein shake, we will add some protein as well. I would add the spinach because I really like to get a handful of spinach in all my smoothies. But I wanted to taste this first to see if it even tastes good, so. I'm used to my smoothies being purple, so seeing it like more pinky is kind of fun. Ooh, this looks so good. I'm gonna add another spoon of the yogurt just in case. That is very good. I honestly think spinach would taste probably pretty good with it. I'm gonna add a little more lime juice too. That is so good, y'all. The lime juice definitely adds something good to it. I don't know, it gives it a little more zing, if that makes any sense. This is really good. Y'all, it kind of looks like Pepto-Bismol, but this smoothie is so good. I think I'll definitely have to have it on rotation with the other smoothie that I typically eat. But anyway, I will catch up with you guys later. I know this is gonna look stupid, but I'm on my way to do my run at the Y, and I was putting on deodorant, and I always do this to like dry my pits, and I was like, okay, arm definition, and I know just some people this is gonna look like nothing, but to me, who is she? Arm definition who? And then I went like this, and I went, who is that? Who? Do you see the little flex? Do you see that? It's so minor, but like I was just like, I was just trying to run to the Y real quick, and I was just trying to dry my pits real quick, which is so TMI, I know. And some of you might be like, why are you drying your pits? It's because I use a clear gel kind of deodorant, and so it's just like a little wet until you do like a little quick little, you know? But I was like, okay, who is she? Good morning, y'all, and happy day 23. It's currently 5:50 a.m. and we are headed to the Y for, I think it's called a step and sculpt class. The lady who teaches the stretching class also teaches this one. She said that if I can ever go to that one, then I should try it. So I love getting to talk to the instructors because then they really encourage me to try these new classes. I gotta say, y'all, today, super tired. I think I still got like 7 hours of sleep, but wowzer, I am wiped. I also wanted to update y'all that I believe I had a run scheduled for later today, but I'm gonna tell y'all right now that we are going to change that out for just some yoga at home for a couple reasons. One, I am so sore that I don't think I can keep pushing myself in that same manner. Two, I realized I really didn't schedule much yoga this week. I'm not sure why. Three, I can just feel how tense my body is, like how desperate it needs just for like deep stretching. And then four, I always add videos to my watch later on YouTube, and the amount of yoga videos at the top of my watch later that are waiting to be watched, like done and watched, you know, are starting to pile up, and I'm kind of sick and tired of looking at it, so I think I want to try 1 or 2 of those today. So yeah, those are the vibes for today. I will be sure to check up with you guys after the class because it's my first time doing this class. So I am trying a new class this week, I guess. So we'll see how it goes. Bye. Well, that step and sculpt class was not all what I expected it to be. It was exactly what I needed it to be. It was very similar to her other class, which makes sense because she instructs it, so. But yeah, it was like a lot of stretching. It was definitely more like moving and stretching, if that makes any sense. Like, I feel like her other class, it's more focused on just like being chill and stretching. It's hard to like describe the difference between all these classes, I feel like. I know in all these vlogs that I probably sound like I'm not describing it well and y'all are just like, okay, what does that mean? But I really liked it. I don't know what I was expecting. I don't know, it's called step and sculpt, so I think I was expecting like the platform things that you stand on and then maybe some like handheld weights, that kind of thing. But this is really just, I mean, you are stepping because you're moving from left to right pretty much the whole time. So I don't know. I mean, I'm not complaining. It was definitely what I needed. Every area that we were stretching is so sore and tender right now. So she'd be like, all right, move to the next one. And I'd like still be holding to the last one because I just wanted to stretch like that side longer, you know? And then I always love a good, like, to end the classes by laying on your mat and stretching. I think that's one of the reasons why I love yoga so much. It just really helps me to like relax, take a breath. Well, anyway, the other thing I really like about these classes is that even though it can be hard to wake up for them, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I'm just not a morning person. It's hard to wake up for them. After I'm done with the class, it's like, now I'm wide awake, you know, in a good way. So now it's like, now I have all this time till I leave for work, so I might as well read my 10 pages. And it really just helps getting this challenge started. It really does. Not that I can't do like certain things at home, but knowing that I signed up for a class, knowing that I'm taking a spot in a class, even if there's like still spots for people to sign up, it's like, you know, just motivating. And then the more you go, the more they get to know you. And then it's like, not that I'm best friends with like my instructors or my classmates, but just like to some extent, you know, they're gonna be expecting you, especially the instructor, because they see that you signed up. So it gives you the, like, I feel like just enough of a push in the right direction to be like, you signed up, you're paying for the class, you know, so. Because like I am paying for my Y membership and I want to use it as much as I can while I'm paying for it, because some days during the week that I can't go to the Y at all. Like Saturdays and Sundays, they're very limited with their hours, and with my work schedule, I typically can't go. So that already limits me to 5 days. And then depending on my work schedule or depending on when my off day is, there's some classes that I can go to and then there's others I can't. It's gotten to the point, honestly, that I love the Y so much that sometimes I wish my job was so flexible to the point that I could just go to whatever class that I wanted. That kind of freedom would be crazy. And I know that's not really plausible, I guess, unless you're retired. Granted, there are a good amount of people who go to my classes that are like of retirement age. So I can see why they can regularly go to these classes because that is their regular schedule. I love the Y classes. I wish I could go all the time. So anyway, all that to say, really love the class even though it wasn't what I expected it to be. But yeah, I'll catch up with you guys later.
and happy day 24. It is currently like 6:30 a.m. doing yet another morning walk, and I don't want to sound repetitive, but I swear y'all, I think morning walks are the key to this whole challenge. I feel like it's one of my favorite ways to start the day now, and I feel like this is something I genuinely want to do after the challenge. Because the way that I step outside, the air is still crisp, it's still so fresh. All you have to do is put on some shoes, because you can literally just wear your PJs, and then just get outside, y'all. This is so mentally terrifying. I just feel like I noticed the most improvement, most difference all of my days if I started off with a morning walk. There's something too, again, about being awake before most people. I think that's why people like being morning people. I think I'm starting to understand it a bit better. I was listening to a podcast on my last morning walk, and that's what she was saying, was that that's a big reason why people love to do it, but she's also reminding the listeners that that shouldn't be the main reason why you do it. You should just be doing it for you. But anyway, I am loving these morning walks. I think for the first couple weeks I was really struggling because I think I was focused more on the physical aspects of this challenge versus longevity and the mental benefits from this challenge. So I think I really downplayed like walking as an exercise, like especially walking outside. But I don't know, y'all, I am loving the morning walks. So yeah, that's the update. Sorry if I sound repetitive. I'm sure Ari was talking about this already in this vlog. Not sure if we have any more morning walks scheduled for this week, but I'm going to put in my AirPods and listen to another podcast. I will catch up with you guys later. Alrighty, y'all, here is the sitch. Well, first, let's peek the cute fit real quick. This is that tank top that I thrifted recently. These are some running shorts I've literally had since high school. And of course, my New Balances that I love so much. But cute fit aside, I am headed to that same place that has the basketball hoop outside. Hopefully shoot some hoops. However, it is a really nice day outside, and today was a slow day at work. So that tells me that everyone is out and about right now enjoying this weather. It's literally like 80 something degrees here right now. And it's supposed to drop back down to 50, which is like typical Midwest type of behavior. I feel really cute. I'm very excited. If someone is using the basketball hoop or there's cars in that parking lot, because it is in a parking lot, then I'll probably just do a couple laps around the park and pray that they leave, because I really want to shoot some hoops. It's so much fun. So yeah, stay tuned. If you see clips of me shooting some hoops, we scored. No pun intended there. But if you don't see me shooting basketball hoops, then you already know the situation. I quickly eat one of my favorite bars. It's from Elevation. It's the chocolate mint one. It's got 20 grams of protein in it too, so I feel like that's really cool. But anyway, just wanted to check in and say that today I originally had scheduled a run. I'm gonna tell y'all right now that that's not gonna happen today. I just got home from work, and when I tell you, running for like the last half of my shift, I'm not exaggerating. I was literally running. For me, that was the busiest I've ever seen my workplace get. When I mentioned that to some of my coworkers, they were like, this is nothing. And we've had busy days, don't get me wrong. Like, we've had some busy ones that I've been there for, but for me, this was the busiest one that we've ever had so far. So I am very sore, and so the idea of actually running after all that makes me want to lose it a little bit. So instead, we will still be going outside. We're doing a hot girl walk, kind of in the mood to just listen to a podcast and like zone out, no thoughts, that kind of vibe, if you will. But yeah, I am gonna go ahead and get going. After I'm done with my walk, I'm gonna stop by my friend's place because I am pet sitting her cat this week.
And I know that the second that I sit down, I will not want to get up. So we're gonna do it now while the body is still in motion. Good morning, y'all, and happy day 26. I just realized that in a lot of these clips, you might see this little guy on my steering wheel. It's Squirt from Finding Nemo. He's like a little wrap bracelet thing that I put on my car. Anyway, I just got out of my step and sculpt class. And let me tell y'all, this one was actually what I was expecting a step and sculpt class to be. It kicked me in the booty. We used that like step platform thing that I thought we would be using, and then we also did use weights at one point. So I wonder if that step and sculpt class I took the other day, I think that was last week, where I was like, man, that didn't feel like a step and sculpt class necessarily. I bet you that one was still just the stretching one that she teaches, and maybe I got them mistaken, I'm not sure. But either way, today was definitely step and sculpt day. And I, going into it, I was like a little sus. I was like, I don't even know if I'll sweat in this class. Girl, I was sweating. There's like choreography with it. You need coordination. And I wish I stretched out my hips before I started that class high key. Like, hips were so tight this morning. And yeah, it definitely kicked me in the butt, which is good. I did not expect to sweat as much as I did, in all honesty. So once I get home, I will be taking a shower for sure. But I am doing Pilates tonight. See, the showering schedule makes it kind of difficult because it's like you're working out twice a day. So it's like, but I can't go to work smelling this gross. I think at the minimum, I'm going to take at least just a body shower. Maybe I won't wash my hair just yet because I'm going to be wearing a hat anyway today. So we'll just take a body shower right now. But I'm sweaty. I can't wait to take off these sweaty clothes and be clean. I think that's the feeling that I really want right now, is just the feeling of cleanliness at the moment. But yeah, I can't believe it's already day 26. That's crazy. I feel like I say that every day. I can't believe it's already X day, and I'm like, it's crazy. In 4 days, I've been doing this for 30 days. 30 days? That's crazy. And I know the whole challenge is 75 days, so 30 days really shouldn't be that, mind-blowing to me, but it is. It's definitely the longest I've ever stuck to something, so that's really cool. But anyway, I am home now, so I'm gonna go take that body shower, and I'll catch up with you guys later. Hi y'all, just checking in after my Aldi's trip. Picked up some good stuff. This time we will be meal prepping with 4 chicken breasts because how did I expect it to last me longer than 2 days? I don't know. Also picked up 2 more things of turkey. And just a reminder, we shop bi-weekly, so I shop 2 weeks in advance, so it's a little tricky to think about. But this time around, I got some more like frozen and canned veggies. 1, because they're cheaper than like fresh produce, and 2, it will obviously last longer than me being worried about if the fresh produce is still good by week 2 before I cook it. I also got some more of the cauliflower rice. I tried it a couple days ago and it was really good. They didn't have the same one that I tried last time. This one's with garlic and herb, but like I have no beef with a little spice in it, A little seasoning is maybe what I should call it. Also picked up some green beans. And I think that's it for the frozen department. I also picked up some breakfast chicken sausage that they have at Aldi's. This I picked up because I think I'm gonna try to make some like breakfast egg bites, if you know what I'm talking about. And I think with that I'll add up like some chopped chicken sausage just to add more protein to the egg bites. And also just like a good other breakfast idea, I'm trying to find breakfasts that are nutritional and easy. And I love the smoothies that I make with my NutriBullet, but obviously if you live with a roommate, it's not ideal because you can't make that necessarily every morning because it is a very loud machine. So unless for sure that I know she's awake and up and moving, I really don't like to make them in the morning. For example, I made my smoothie for lunch today instead of breakfast, and that was totally fine. But I find that at work, if all I have is like a bowl of my Honey Nut Cheerios or a bowl of yogurt with fruit, I am still very, very hungry. And today, on top of my bowl of cereal, I also had an apple with peanut butter, and I just so hungry at work, y'all. So what I ended up buying was a 3-pack thing of chicken salad and crackers. I'll try to insert an image if I can find it. I just tried it for the first time a couple weeks ago, and I loved it. And I felt like that's a fairly decent nutritional snack to eat during your 15-minute break at work. So anyway, all I have to say is I got some of these, so I'm planning to meal prep with this as well. Not that I was planning on intending meal prepping more than one meal, like genre of meal, but I feel like if I just have them ready to go, I can even like dip them in some ketchup, that kind of jazz. Or even with my salsa, because we still have plenty of salsa in here, I think. We needed another gallon of milk, so got that. And then sweet potatoes, because I split them with my roommate because she and I both love the sweet potatoes so much. I have gotten the most sweet potatoes that I've ever gotten ever at Aldi's. Because I want that vegetable to last me for a week of my meal prep. I only had it for 2 days this past week, and I was like, man, I wish I made more sweet potatoes. So we'll see how this 2 weeks from now goes after prepping and cooking and eating as many sweet potatoes. But again, splitting with my roommate, and then also I want it to last me all week for that meal preps veggie. I think that's also something I'm trying to do with this meal prep, or this next 2 weeks worth of meal prep that I should say, because again, bi-weekly shopping, is that I think I want to make it a bit simpler in the sense of like vegetables. So week 1, again, we will do the 2 pounds of ground turkey with taco seasoning, and then 2 of the 6 days will have the canned green beans, 2 of the 6 days will have sliced carrots, and then the other 2 of the 6 days we will have zucchini, because this is one of the fresh vegetables that I got. And I feel like that will switch it up pretty good. And then also with the taco meat, I found that I could really do whatever I wanted to with it that day. Like if I wanted to add ranch, if I wanted to add our yum yum sauce, if I wanted to add the Buffalo Wild Wings Parmesan garlic, this one adds a bit of a kick, let me tell you. If I wanted to add cheese, if I wanted to add salsa, like I feel like I could really just do whatever I wanted. A very easy way to mix it up, I feel like. Week 1 is veggies, and then week 2, again, we will do the shredded chicken in the crock pot, and then we will have the sweet potatoes as the vegetable, just because like I feel like that limits on a lot of the meal prep that I was doing before. Not that it was a lot compared to other people. It makes sense in my head. Like I want to try this for the next 2 weeks, see if I like it. If I don't, we can go back to all fresh vegetables, but if I like it this way, pretty much like the same amount. Canned vegetables and frozen vegetables are so cheap at Aldi's. So are fresh vegetables too, like cheaper than a normal store, but I mean these, depending on the day that you go, I mean they're typically like less than $1 a can. So I think I got a zucchini with mold on it. Shoot. We might cut that up tonight, y'all, just so the mold doesn't spread. Anyway, that is the plan with the vegetables for my meal prep. Also got some taco seasonings. I used to just get the regular taco seasoning, but I've been getting this 25% less sodium one, and call me crazy, even if it didn't have 25% less sodium, like whatever, like if you didn't tell me that, I swear this one tastes better than the regular one that they have at Aldi's. So definitely recommend that. Got 2 cartons of eggs because my roommate loves eggs, and then also I'm not the biggest egg eater, but since I want to make that meal prep egg thing that I'm talking about, I felt like I should get a second one just so that we'd be good for the next 2 weeks. Have a loose sweet potato. I got some more saltine crackers just because we needed them. Then finally, I got some more elevation bars that they had there. These ones were a lot cheaper than the last ones that I got, and I just wanted to try them and see if I like the brand like overall. This one I tried in the car. It was so good. Oh, this brand just gets it. So I thought real quick we could also try this one together, even though I just ate one in the car. This is their cookies and cream one. Looks like that. I gotta say, I really like this brand. I'm also not trying to talk too much because I'm sure there's chocolate in my teeth, but every bar I've had from them so far is just so good. It's filling and yet yummy and packed with protein. I love this brand, y'all, so I'm definitely gonna keep an eye out for them also in the future at Aldi's. So anyway, that is the haul. I already did my Pilates class today. I actually put in half hour's worth of PTO so I could get to the class on time. It was so worth it, y'all, especially with it being day 7 out of 9 for the week. I think knowing that I'd be leaving a half hour early to go do something that I want to do that's for me helped today go a lot more smoothly for me, because at this point in the week I'm starting to lose, I don't know, I'm feeling, this isn't a good thing, but this is a vulnerable and honest thing. I'm starting to lose like empathy and grace and compassion, especially with the people that I work with and the customers that I deal with. So I think allowing myself to leave a half hour early and use some of my PTO time was very needed for my mental health. Which sounds crazy, it's literally just a half hour, but it was like a little nugget that I got to look forward to the whole day. It was like, I get to leave a half hour early, I'm gonna go to my Pilates class, I'm gonna go to the grocery store, and then I'm gonna finally be home and just breathe, chill out, and I'm gonna read a book. Anyway, I'm gonna finish this bar off camera, and I will catch up with you guys tomorrow.
And happy day 27. Currently going on my afternoon walk or early evening walk, whichever one you want to call it. I have to say, this is the most geared up I think I've ever been for a walk. I have my Kavu bag, I have my headphones, and I have my water bottle. And I just wanted to be prepared for when I stop over at my friend's house to see her cat again. I brought a journal and a book this time. just because that's kind of the mental space that I've been in, just in need of some journaling, some journal time, if you know what I mean. For those that know me in real life, I've always loved journaling for as long as I can remember. I think I've done it literally since I was like 11 or 12 years old. I have not done it in a very long time, so I think today we are overdue for a journal session because the overall vibes for this week, I'm not gonna lie, they're a bit rough. And I think that's because I'm on day 8 of 9 for my work week. As I think I've already mentioned in this video, just a really long work week for me. Normally at most I work 5 days and then I'll get a day off. Typically, since my schedule's all over the place, there's many times where I'll just work a couple days and then get a day off, a couple days, day off. So 9 days in a row at my workplace is a bit much for me right now. So I can feel my need for refueling my tank, and I'm hoping that doing some journaling will help me to fill that. Because after tomorrow, I get 2 days off in a row, and I'm so excited, y'all. We're gonna be meal prepping, we're gonna be reading. Oh my gosh, y'all, I just picked up some books from the library. I had no idea I had that many books ready to be picked up. I literally had 6 books. She was like, here you go. And I was just like, she must think that I am an ambitious reader or something. I don't know. So I think that's gonna kick my reading into gear because I checked them all out at the same time, so they're all gonna be due at the same time. So stay tuned on that. Again, reading the Bible for this challenge, but I'm still doing reading, extracurricular reading, if you will. But yeah, really just enjoying the day. Today's weather is so beautiful. It was raining this morning, but that was while I was at work. Now that I'm off work, the sky is blue. There's a nice breeze, there's the sun. I'm living for it, y'all. I'm living for it. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and listen to the rest of this podcast while I walk, and I will catch up with you guys later. Would like to update. Someone biked past me while I was filming that last clip. Does the embarrassment ever stop? I don't know. Day 28. It is currently 5 a.m. and I know you guys can barely see me. Big surprise, we're headed to the Y. I feel like I announce that I'm heading to the Y every time I film a car clip, and it's like, duh, where else are you going? But I guess I also film sometimes when I go to basketball. But either way, it is a beautiful morning right now. I thought I would be freezing in my running shorts, but it turns out that I'm not, so I have a feeling that today is going to be probably another warm one. We've been having some humid days here. But anyway, y'all, I'm so excited. Today is my last day. It's day 9 of my work week. Let me clarify, not of 75 soft. I'm so excited, y'all. I'm literally counting down the hours. I think my goal is to also do some of the meal prepping tonight. I don't know how much energy I'll have, but I have a lot to do. I feel like, first of all, after I'm done with my workouts, I am taking a full shower tonight. I'm so excited about that. I've not taken like a full shower, an everything shower, if you will, and I don't know how long. My legs are dying to be shaved. My hair is dying to be washed. I also want to paint my toenails. I have so much laundry that I have to do. So I'm kind of debating, what do I want to do today versus my day off? I was like, maybe I should do some meal prepping tonight so I don't have as much meal prepping tomorrow. Now I'm thinking, I really don't want to do laundry on my day off. I'm so desperate need of laundry. I really have nothing to wear tomorrow. So I think laundry's a must tonight. I feel like meal prepping might be pushing it if I'm also doing an everything shower after work. I feel like I should set realistic standards for me today. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and head inside. As you guys saw, I just ate a quick little cup of yogurt and some granola just to have something in my stomach today. We were doing the boot camp class. I did it once before, but I did it at the later time. They also offer it at like 9 or something like that, but I'm already at work at that time, so I opted for the 5:15 this morning. Additionally, with early morning classes, unless it's like a yoga, I tend to feel sick. So I'm kind of preparing myself for that already because this is a pretty intense class. So that's why I wanted something in my stomach to hopefully hold me over and make me not so sick so quickly. And of course, we also have my water that I will be drinking throughout the class. I'll update you guys afterwards and we will see how this goes and if we'll ever do another 5:15 boot camp kind of class. So I will catch up with you guys later. Y'all, that class was so good. Let me drink some water real quick because I'm out of breath.
First of all, I always love her classes because I know I've said it before, I think, on one of my videos, but I just love her saying of get right with your mind. And then even during that class, she even shouted out the WISE motto or whatever, which is like strong mind, strong body, strong spirit. I love that. It's just so motivating to like it's okay, get back in, you can still do it. 10 more seconds, get right with your mind. Like she says it exactly when I need it. Sorry, I'm a little emotional right now. I know it's probably a lot of it's probably because I'm tired because of the long work week I've had and waking up early this morning. I just ran into one of the special needs kids that I was working with over the summer at my last job, and he was asking me why did I quit. And you know, I don't ever like dive into it with anybody because I don't want to wish any ill will on that place. I want to see everyone thrive there. He's like, because you were the boss and you were a really good boss for us. So I just told him, you know, I didn't think it was for me anymore, and it was stressful and I had to go. So I told him where I work now, and I just wasn't expecting that this morning. A, to run into him, and then B, to hear that, like, especially for anyone in my real life, or if you've seen a couple of my videos on my channel, like I've talked about work burnout and my quarter life crisis of not knowing what to do. And when you're in those positions, it's like it's draining, it's hard, it's, for me anyway, putting my all into it and trying my best to make it the best place it could be, and just never feeling like it's enough. And just him saying that this morning, I just wasn't expecting that. Like, I mean, I wasn't even expecting to see him, so I knew I had to record after that because it really touched me. And it just goes to show that saying something nice can really go far for someone. So it's really nice to hear. Does it make my quarter life crisis of not knowing what to do with my life any easier? No, not necessarily. Because it's those little moments. It's those little moments of gratitude. It's those little moments of like, maybe I did make a difference and maybe I did impact someone in a positive way. That's like, maybe I should go into that full time. And it's like, I would, but it's, the rest of it is just so soul crushing, soul draining. And I'm honored that anyone, even if a single person ever viewed me as a good manager or a good boss, but like it's a lot of weight on your shoulders, and it feels selfish wanting to feel 20. I'm not 20, in my 20s. I want to feel like I'm in my 20s. Felt the pressure of like a whole team, a whole business on your shoulders, you know, like, sounds so selfish. It's like, I want to look out for me, you know. I'm beyond honored that, again, any single person has ever felt safe or seen while I to be their manager. But it's hard, y'all. It's not easy. That's kind of where we're at today with day 28. This is a mix of happy tears too, I hope you guys know. But I'm big on vulnerability and just sharing the real moments with you guys on my channel, even outside of this whole 75 soft challenge. So it wouldn't feel right if I didn't share this moment that I had to have. And it's kind of affirming in a way, you know, like continuing to show up even if you're like exhausted, even if you're tired. Because I could have never planned for that. If I never did this 75 soft challenge, what are the odds that I would have attended a 5:15 boot camp class? What are the odds that I would have ever pushed myself to try a boot camp class and then ever pushed myself to go at 5:15, you know? What are the odds that I got to run into someone that I knew, you know? Putting that aside, I am still gonna take a full body shower tonight, but if I don't take a body shower right now, I think I don't know how I would get through work, honestly. Like, total body conditioning boot camp class, I don't know if every Y offers it, but it is like a total body workout. I am sore, I'm sweaty, I smell gross, I sweated from head to toe today, my mat was sweaty. I could feel my heartbeat in my throat when I was like trying to like cool myself down and like fan myself and like touch my neck to see like how sweaty it was. My heart was boom, 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 boom. Like I could feel it. Your girl's gonna take a shower. I don't want to keep crying. It's hard too, because I've been a words of affirmation girl literally since I was a child. So someone just gives me like the tiniest little snippet and I'm like, whoa man, love tank bursting at the seams, man. Like that's exactly my type of love tank, is like someone seeing me, someone seeing how hard it was and seeing the work that was put in. And hope that whatever he does this summer, it sounds like he's not necessarily going to go back to that place either, I hope it works out for him. But yeah, it's hard. It's hard being in a town where you're prone to running into people. I haven't run into necessarily everyone from my last workplace, but I've run into quite a bit of people already. They were employees, volunteers, customers, you name it. It's hard because just like when I was there, I wanted no one to see anything but the best of what that place could be. And really, I'm not here to speak ill will on it, so hard getting the same questions over and over again of like, why did you leave? And I really loved it when you were there, and I'm honored. Like, I don't ever expect it. And especially since I know I'm tough on myself, very tough on myself, I will always be my harshest critic and my harshest judge. And that is something that will take years to overcome, of telling yourself you're not good enough or you're just not enough, period, point blank period, in whatever situation you're in. And not to circle it back to the class, but that's why I love the certain call she does during it, because overcoming that mentality and years of that mentality of like just beating yourself up, because you need that external to help reinforce what you're trying to rebuild on the internal, if that makes sense. So get right with your mind. Man, woo! I love that saying. Anyway, y'all, I'm gonna try my best to stop crying and to head home. Gotta be like 6:15 right now or something like that. Plenty of time to shower and read my 10 pages, maybe eat something. I'm glad I ate some yogurt. I think next time, if I were to do it, that'd probably be the first thing that I do when I wake up. Eat yogurt and then like get dressed for the class, just so I have a little extra time to digest. But I honestly didn't get too sick. And I think that's because at points when I was not feeling it, really was trying to be careful not to push it too hard, because I've been in morning classes where I just feel ill the rest of the day because I did it way too hard. I'm gonna go ahead and head home. I will catch up with you guys later. Made it to the end of week 4. Welcome to week 4's wrap up. If you haven't watched the full length of every weekly vlog for my 75 Soft, I try to do a weekly wrap up. Just notes that I've taken from the week, and then also what was the hardest part of the challenge for that week. For week 4, I don't have too many notes for y'all, but the first one I wrote was, you will learn to grow to be comfortable with things you weren't before. Example, working out with hairy legs / armpits or having oily hair all the time. This one I cannot stress enough, especially if you are prone to having like gym anxiety or people seeing you in a not cleanly state, like even just going out in public and you're just in a dirty state. I feel like this challenge definitely teaches you a little bit of humbleness and acceptance with the fact that, I mean, you can do what you want. You could shower every single day if you want. You could wash your hair every single day if you want. But I'm sure I'm not the first person to tell you that for most people, you're not supposed to wash your hair every single day. So I will say body showers, those will become your best friend, and that will be absolutely key and vital to feeling any type of cleanliness during this challenge. The amount of times that I will just take a body shower just so I can get through the day and feel semi-human, not entirely gross, it helps a lot. Same with like other basic personal care and hygiene, like deodorant and brushing your teeth and skincare, all those kind of things also help you to feel a bit better. Anyway, yeah, I mean, going back to the point that I wrote down, same with like going to the gym with like hairy legs and armpits, dude, especially growing up in like gymnastics, just other sports that I did as a child, I feel like through like my teen years, if you will, I feel like I have a lot of insecurity with ever going out with hairy legs or armpits, because not that there's anything wrong with that, but I think as a society, especially for women, we're told to not be hairy, even though it's a completely natural thing for us to be. So it's definitely taught me a lot to just be like, no one's looking at you that hard. No one is staring at my legs that hard and they're like, ooh, Sarah, she's got hairy legs this week. She didn't shave this week. Same with my armpits. Like, I know for me, and maybe this is TMI, I know for me, I have very dry skin all over my body. I physically, even before this challenge, I physically cannot shave my armpits every single day. However, with this challenge, you're working out every single day. And yeah, I try to plan my outfits so that like the days that I was able to shave, like I'll wear a tank top, and days that I can't, I'll try to wear a t-shirt. But depending on what wardrobe you're working with this challenge, like that doesn't work all the time. Sometimes I have to suck it up and still wear a tank top. And it's teaching me to be more secure with myself, because truly no one should care. And if they do, say this with love, but bestie, you gotta not care that they care. You know what I mean? Sounds so cliche or like a Pinterest quote, but I feel like whether you want to or not, this challenge is going to teach you to not care about things like that. Maybe that's something you already don't care about, and that's awesome, but for me, it was definitely a learning curve and something that I've just had to like come to a place of acceptance and like not beating myself up for. Like, I'm still doing the challenge. Like, I'm not gonna not do the challenge today because I didn't have the chance to shave my armpits. You know what I mean? And I'm sorry if any of this is TMI, but again, vulnerability, want to be open with y'all. So that was my first one for this week. The second one I wrote down was saving reading as the last thing you do in the day, like at night, makes it feel like the challenge is dragging all day long, at least to me. The days are much more motivating when I get reading done in the morning or during my lunch break. Now this one I know will not apply for everyone. A lot of people that I've watched do this challenge really enjoy getting into the habit of reading at night. It helps them to get off their phone, it helps them to fall asleep. But for me, and I only did it once so far this whole challenge, and it was during this week. If I save that as the last thing that I'm doing, it just feels like a chore. I really thrive during this challenge when I get the most I can done in the mornings before work, especially. Like if I can get one of the workouts done, my 10 pages of reading done, and my progress picture done, I feel so good. Like that helps me to feel like I'm off to a great start of the challenge for the day. But if I save any of that for like the end of the day, it makes it feel like it drags on longer and I'm like putting it off. And I think that one day that I had to do that, like I had to do that. I think I was so booked the entire day that I had no choice but to like save it for like the last thing I was doing that day before I fell asleep. And you know what, if that's your way of rocking the 10 pages, then go for it. But for me personally, I have quickly learned, that's my ability, I will not do that again during this challenge. The third thing I wrote down was, I think something I will take away from this challenge is that even if I don't drink a gallon of water every day, at least I will now start to prioritize taking breaks and drinking water when I'm thirsty. Something that I'm very prone to doing in any of my workplaces is putting off even basic needs for myself if it means accomplishing a task or ensure it looks like I'm doing the best that I possibly can because I don't want to ever be seen as lazy, which is crazy. And it went down to even things like as simple as water. Like if I was thirsty but I was in the middle of doing something, I would always finish what I was doing before I would drink water. And now with this challenge, it's like, bestie, you have to be drinking like all the time. Whenever I'm thirsty now and haven't had a drink of water in a while, I will stop whatever I'm doing to go get some water. A, because I have to for this challenge anyway, and B, if my body is telling me that I am thirsty, the fact that it's not that I wouldn't eventually drink water, but the fact that I would, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know, I guess halt my own needs for some greater quote unquote purpose is crazy in the long run. It's crazy. If being in my 20s has taught me anything, is that workplaces are not forever. That is for sure. I know that's gonna sound bad. I am aware. However, I am on my third full-time job now since being a post-grad. And it's not that I didn't enter every single workplace thinking this would be nice to stay here for a very long time, but there's just the realities of life. And think back on those days of like Sarah working her absolute butt off and just being like, now, was it worth it on, like, say, July 20th of 2021 to not have stopped for 2 seconds to drink water? Did that really serve your professional goals in the long run? No, it did not. Water is important. Drink your water. So anyway, I think that's something I really took away from this, and I think I will take away from this whole challenge is I would love to see myself to continue to drink as much water as I can every single day. I don't think I want to be as hyper vigilant like with tracking it, but I want to allow myself to drink water if I am thirsty, despite what I might be in the middle of doing. You know what I mean? And the last part of these wrap-ups is the hardest part of the challenge for the week. And for this week, I wrote that working every single day, I had a 9-day streak at my job, and still doing the challenge on top of it was the hardest part of the challenge for this week. Today was day 9 of this work streak and I am wiped. I think I've mentioned this in one of my videos before, but I work at a very physically active job and you're walking around all day, you're running, you're pushing, you're pulling, you're lifting, you're bending over, like you're constantly in motion the entire day. So something I thought would be fun to pull up is to do a little bit of quick math and see how many steps my phone tracked for the past 9 days, just to give y'all a glimpse of what it's been like. So over the past 9 days, I have gotten, according to my phone, what my phone was able to track, and this doesn't even track like during my workouts, like when I go to the Y and stuff, because I don't keep my phone on me when I work out. It tracked 234,847 steps. I'd like to put a disclaimer, we know that these things aren't 100% accurate. I don't always count the exact amount of steps anyway, even if it's on you. For what it did count, that is the total of how much I've gotten over the past 9 days. Dividing that up between the 9 days, that's a little over 26,000 steps per day. Now, was that what I got every single day? No, some days were more, some days were less. I think the most I got in the past 9 days was a day, it was May 2nd, it was 31,193 steps. All that to say is that I was trying to put into perspective for you guys reality of doing this challenge plus working a full-time job, especially if your full-time job is a very physically active workplace. Like, that's just the step count. That's not counting everything I was lifting, everything I was pulling, everything my body's physically going through throughout each day that I'm at work. Now, granted, I don't normally work 9 days in a row. That has never happened the entire time so far that I've been at this job. Hopefully won't happen again because I am not used to that. But that made the challenge incredibly hard this week because I've already said it. My stress levels are way lower at this new job that I'm at. However, it's still a workplace, and working at a place for 9 days straight, no matter what field you work in, not having a day off in between those 9 days, I think anyone would agree that that is not ideal. And especially coming from a place now of learning that I am more introverted than I realized, I think I still would call myself an ambivert, but when I was younger, I used to think I was super extroverted. I'd get all my energy from people, and I still get energy from people. But the older I get, the more I realize how important it is to have off time and to like put my phone on do not disturb and like have time dedicated to doing things that I want to do that serve really no one else. It only serves the purpose of fulfilling me. And that's kind of the definition of an introvert, is you fill up your energy tank by being alone, spending time alone, like spending quality time with yourself alone. So all that to say is my energy levels have been very low this past week, and it's just a reality, and that was the hardest part for me this week. Also, go ahead and insert the final picture of this week's board. This week did not go as planned, that's for sure. 3 days that I had to do different things. 2 of them I switched them for yoga, and then 1 of them I think I switched for a walk. Yeah, yesterday I was super bummed. The class that I wanted to try at 5:15 was a cycle with strength. It was full. I forgot that you have to sign up for all these classes at the Y like in advance because they fill up really quickly. Other than that, for goals, I have finally decided to cross off looking into a fitness coach, looking into my finances, and with all the trips that I have planned coming this summer, it's just not an ideal time to add another monthly expense to my budget. So we'll continue to pursue the 75 soft challenge, of course. Still would really like to look into that after this summer, like maybe come fall, just because I feel like I'm on a really good kick with the 75 soft challenge. Like I feel like I'm really prioritizing myself, my well-being, my health, my fitness. Like I feel like I'm really coming to a place of wanting to better myself, and I just feel like a fitness coach would be a really logical next best step to take for me. We're not going to do it during this challenge, but that's okay. I do want to do it at some point, and maybe I will talk about that experience later on my YouTube channel. Yeah, that is the end of week 4, y'all. I can't believe tomorrow starts week 5. So excited. We're kicking off with 2 off days from work. We're doing meal prepping. I'm going to write up my whiteboard tonight. Just going to have the best next 2 days and the best next week. Don't get me wrong. Super excited to start week 5. Oh my gosh, one last takeaway that I have to tell you guys about. So sorry I didn't write that down. I'm going to write that down right now. The last takeaway I have for y'all for this week is that this is the most confident I have felt about my body in months and probably even years. This realization I had, I took a screenshot of my 75 hard app. This was on day 26. It was May 6th. That's kind of one of the fun parts about this 75 hard app is you can write notes for each day and they'll show on your daily recap picture. So like you can slide through all your recap pictures, and if you did write any notes for that day, they'll pop up with a picture. And when I look at that photo and compare it to like my day 1 photo, it's not even that it's like a drastic difference, right? It's only been 26 days. But when I looked at myself in the mirror that day, I really thought to myself, I can't remember the last time I felt this confident about my body, genuinely. I think that's a big part of the mentality behind this challenge is like, I feel like that's a big takeaway probably from this challenge. And I think that's supposed to be a big takeaway is like knowing that you're working on yourself both physically and mentally during this challenge. Like you're doing that every single day and you know you're being consistent every single day. I feel like that's gotta be like the biggest benefit so far that I've found from this challenge is like, you know for a fact that you are putting in effort every single day. I physically and mentally cannot beat myself up for like how like the state of my body. You know what I mean? I'm like I'm trying every single day. That is all I can do. The weight off my shoulders, the way that I can look at myself in the mirror, it's mind-blowing. Really. Like again, I really haven't like transformed that much. It's only been what, 28 days now at this point. But the mentality behind just looking at your body, and I think that's the other part too, with having to take a photo every single day, it was uncomfortable at first. For one thing, I don't normally take photos in just a sports bra and running shorts. So let's start there, right? Like, I don't normally do that. I don't normally stand in front of a mirror and even look at myself. So to do that on a repetitive daily basis and finally come to a point at day 26 of being like, I'm not mad with my body. Like, it's so inspiring and so motivating and so freeing. It's like, I don't know how else to put it. It's just such a beautiful freeing thing. And everyone's bodies are so uniquely beautiful and different, and find contentment within your own body. Just such a wildly important concept, you know? Like, this is the body that you have. This is the body that you were given. And yeah, I'm all for doing what makes you feel comfortable in your body. I'm all for doing whatever it takes for your body to be in a healthy state. And that's gonna be different for every single person. And I don't know. Sorry, I know I've already cried in this weekly vlog, so I'm trying to not cry right now, but it's hard. It's a hard subject. I think it's very similar to the trigger warning about, I talk about food. And that's why I'm going to put a trigger warning in every single weekly vlog. It's just like food, body image, health, wellness, working out. These can all be such triggering conversations for people. And again, if at any point during these videos that you feel like you're getting on the verge of that, please exit them. They're not worth finishing, you know? Mental health is way more important. A little vulnerable moment for you guys. It's not that I've been discontent with my body. I'd like to think I've been accepting of it, but you know, I think we all still have our insecurities no matter what your body looks like. Literally no matter what your body looks like. I don't think I know a single person who doesn't have an insecurity about something. Like, I think we all have them. And I think we can appropriately blame society for placing these unrealistic expectations of body image on both men and women, if we're being honest. Yeah, coming to a place of like truly deeply in my soul feeling content with my body despite insecurities, despite what others might think. That's such a freeing thing, y'all. I have goosebumps right now. Thinking about younger me. I'm thinking about the inner child in me. I'm thinking about little Sarah and who she always pictured that she would grow up to be. And I was always curious, like, what would adult Sarah look like? And who would adult Sarah be? And how would she act? And who is she in her family? And who is she with her friends? And not perfect is the first answer. Let's start there. But I'd like to think she'd be proud. Sorry, I know I've already cried in this weekly vlog. It's just one of those weeks. Because again, feeling very physically and emotionally burnt out with my workplace, working 9 days in a row. So putting that aside, it's still okay to have emotions, I know, but I think the older I get, the more I really just want to make younger me proud. And I remember as a kid just feeling like the options are endless and all the possibilities that life could be. And I couldn't wait to be an adult as a kid. I just, for many reasons, but I couldn't wait to be my own person, live on my own, and explore everything that meant. And I feel like exploring this side of me, a side that I've really never prioritized in me, something down to the point of like drinking water when I need water, just exploring true self-awareness in the fact of like, what is my current need? What is my immediate need? And can I fix that immediate need? Can I fix the fact that I need to drink water? Yes, I am very blessed to say that my life situation, I have access to water and I can fix that right now. I do not have to put that need off in hopes of benefiting others, that they might, whatever. Like, I am so blessed. How am I not taking advantage of that? I am so beyond blessed. And it's been a long time since I've really felt like that. Felt like acknowledged how blessed I am and how much I really do love my life right now. And all cheesy and it's all stupid. And I know it's like more than what people asked for coming into a week 4 of a 75 soft vlog, especially if you've never seen any videos on my channel before, but life is just kind of crazy, y'all. It really is. I think I could sit here and talk forever about a bunch of nonsense at this point. So I hope my point is coming across and I hope you guys picking up what I'm putting down. But yeah, I need to head to the laundromat because I don't want to do laundry on my day off. I don't know why. I don't. I think I'd rather meal prep than do laundry on my day off. So excited to start week 5. Stay tuned to see that video when it comes out. Again, I have them all in a playlist, so please feel free to check that out on my channel. I'll have it linked below as well. As always, I hope you guys are having a good day, but if you're not, that's okay too. I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye!